Good evening, welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. My name's Mel. It's got your third scan and cut hour of your Tuesday, and we're going to play around with some files in this hour as well. So we're going to finish the book, then that can go out to somebody, and then we're going to play around with these files that we've got that I've been talking about all day, so you can see exactly what you can do with them. We're going to make a flower out of a shell, because we can. Label shapes, because we can, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Right, let me introduce you to the team. We've got Becky on cameras. It's been a while since you've done a Tuesday night, love.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Back to normal now.
A few mornings.
Yes, do a few mornings. We've got Amber in the driving seat.
Hello.
Where's your wave? I bet you too.
Hello.
How old are you?
35.
No, you're not. How old are you? 26?
Yeah.
Sat on a wheelie chair, and from there to there is too far.
Too far.
Lots of words. None I can say on TV. Right, live shopping, what's it all about? Well, it's super easy. So compared to something like TV shopping, where you're on a certain platform and it's corporate and you've got to do this and this and blah, 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 and it goes, you put your products in and then sell it through and all of that malarkey. We just sell direct to you because we like to do that, and we can pass on really good discounts and deals for you. But the most important thing that we do here at Highlight Crafts is education. So even if when we've got shows like this, 3 shows, 8, 12 and 6 on a Tuesday, not a Saturday, it's because I've got a scan and cut show on Saturday, on a Tuesday, where we educate. If something sells out and you still want to see it demonstrated, we can still demonstrate it as long as it's part of a bigger demo. So it's all the good stuff and none of the boring bit, you know. But the best thing about it is that you can shop while you watch. So you don't need to leave watching the demonstration to go to a website to find the product, to put it into your basket, to check it out. You can literally do that while you watch us, which is great. I love it. I think it's really clever. Now you can watch us on YouTube. So if you want to put us on your big TV, you can do that. To shop with us, you need to shop on either Facebook, Instagram, or our website. So you can watch us on all 4 of those platforms and shop on those 3. So if you want to shop on either of our social platforms, each product that we show you will have been allocated a code. And all you need to do to purchase that item is type the word shop and then the code into the comments underneath the video, and that will automatically put that product into a basket for you, which is just fabulous, isn't it? Then you'll get a direct message. In that message you'll find a link. Click the link. That will take you to our website where you can log into your account, which is really important, so you get your club member benefits, which is extra discount on every order, loyalty points for every £1 that you spend, and on a basket spend over £35 we're going to pay you postage. As long as that's after your discounts, £35 or more, we'll pay you postage. Now, if you prefer to shop directly on the website, highlightcrafts.com, just pop on over there, press play, and as soon as that show goes live, all the products in that show will appear down the right-hand side of your screen. You then just select the ones that you wish to purchase. They go into a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen, and when you're ready to log in and check out, you're going to click on that bag and that will take you through that process. Right, so let's say good evening to a few of you. Just a heads up as well, there has been an email gone out to everybody that registered to have more information about BookNooks. Now we are doing a pre-launch party on Saturday for BookNooks, so they will launch in February. We're working on them now. We'll give you a glimpse of what they're going to be like. But we have been saying to people that if you want notifications, so if you're watching on Facebook, type event, and that we can then send you a link to that event, or you can go onto the website, main banner on the home page, click on that, fill in your details, and then when we are reminding you, when we're sending out reminders, you will get a reminder as well. So if you don't know what a BookNook is, go and search them, but ours are going to be different. It's very exciting. Right, let's say good evening to quite a lot of you as well. Wow, there are quite a lot of you as well joining me tonight. Thank you ever so much. Jan Knight, I don't know if you're still there, but people were telling you how great the scan and cut was and how good it was cutting fabric. You said all you need now is a fabric mat. Don't bother. Just get yourself a standard mat and use that for your fabric. I find that with the mat that you get in the box is just a regular standard mat. You also get a roll of high contact adhesive, which is like a really sticky double-sided sheet that you put onto a mat. And then you take the backing off, put your fabric on, and it stabilises it while it cuts it. Then they brought out the fabric mat, which is just the mat with the film already put on it. I don't use either of them. I literally use a standard mat and keep one mat for fabric, so I don't mix it with my paper and get all the little bits of fibres all over it. Iron it, put it onto your mat. If your mat's losing it, in fact, I would say even if you get a brand new standard mat, retack it with your stencil glue, and that's good enough for fabric. I never use the high contact adhesive sheets because it cuts into them. Then you've got to peel that off and put it back in. Just use a regular mat, you'll be fine, promise, okay? Just be honest with you, won't I? Right, now then, we've also got, let's find where we start again. Here we are. We've got Wendy with us, we've got Carol's with us, good evening. Bonnie's with us from a rainy Michigan, where we're expecting snow tonight here. So goodness knows what it's going to be like getting into work tomorrow. I don't have far to go. I could even walk it, but yeah, there's a few people come quite a way. We've got Wendy with us, Sue, Carol's with us, Elaine, we've got Mandy, Angela, we've got Pauline with us, Sandra's with us, Alison, Morwen, Sarah Jane Kennedy, Terry Litherland, hi Mel and crew, hi Terry. We've got Lynn with us, another Lynn, Valerie, Barbara, good grief, Ian, evening. We've got David Bryan with us, hi all. Mrs. TB, hello everyone. Norma, Alan's with us, hi Mel, hi Alan. Oh, good grief, Sharon, Judith. Wow, Smile, somebody from Smile. I thought that was an instruction. Fran's with us, Carol D, Pat, Lisa, Lorraine and Jan. Thank you, lovely, that's amazing you remembered me. Oh yeah, like that. All the comments on here, we can find them. I do that. All right, and if you don't know how to retack your mat, go onto our YouTube channel as a video. Right, let me talk about these books, shall we? So, very exciting thing happening here at Highlight Crafts to kick off 2026. We have, I'm going to say, one of the best design teams in the industry. And there's only a couple of them, there's only a few of them, handful of them. It's not many, but they do an absolutely amazing job. And their creativity just sings. You know, we put out all the finished samples, and even though we do it as a living, we're all like, wow, that is amazing. So what we've asked them to do is once a week on a Monday, we're going to launch a brand new card template. Now, the one that we did yesterday, Sam just said to me, have you any idea how many of those stencils I've got to cut? And I went, no. A lot. So Corinne launched this yesterday. A lot of you bought the SVGs yesterday, but I wanted it on my show today because I think it's important that we show you exactly how to build it. So we've done that throughout the shows. Now you'll be able to watch the shows back. We've put the measurements for the mat layers in the comments twice, so it's in the chat. So find it in the chat or go back on YouTube and watch it back. But this is the book. So it's super, super easy to do. So you have two pieces like this, which are your frame sides. You just fold those as mounting folds, and that glues to that. So it creates like a tall, rectangular, slim box. Then you do another one of those. Now, what we've also done on the file, what our lovely Becky, who's on the cameras, has done, is when you open up your file, it will tell you how many you need to cut. Because if you just look at that, you're like, how many do I need of each one? All right, so we've put it on the file itself rather than on anywhere else that you could lose. So every time you open it up, click on the file, it'll tell you exactly how many you need, which I thought was really cool. You then got these two for your top and bottom. Now your top and bottom, literally you score these as mountains and they glue onto the top of those two sides that you've just created. It's really easy to do, and then the bottom one goes on the bottom. Now, once you've glued all that together, this is 203 mil high. Once you've glued the top layer and the bottom layer on, it can change that measurement slightly. So once you've got to that stage where you've got this built, but not in the book, measure this from top to bottom and side to side, and just make sure you might have to adjust the frame. I adjusted it by about 3 mil, just the height, because you're adding depth by adding this piece at the top and bottom, but it's super easy to do. And it also depends how you construct it, how accurate you are. So rather than saying that's definitely the size, I'd rather let you know that you can adjust it if you need to. So all the files for that, crazy price, shop book, $4.99. Mad. Right, I'm going to come to this one next, which is the landscape gift bag. Now, we've been doing quite a few bags and boxes recently, and our lovely Becky did this one, which is beautiful. I love the shape of it. Oh, grief, I went out to buy some gift bags at Christmas. Never again. I just ran out of time. Flipping heck, they're expensive. Anyway, so this one, and then you wanted it more landscape. So Becca designed a bag that's same as that, same style, but landscape. And of course you can make it bigger or smaller depending on what you want to do. So you not only do you get the file for the bag, but you also get these. So you get the Happy Birthday, Happy Valentine's Day, Hello Baby, and Merry Christmas. And these, you've got your matte layer and then your detail on top of there. But they're drawing files, embossing files, foiling files, all of that thing that we do. Now tomorrow, in every show, do you need to buy anything tomorrow for the free gift?
Yes, you have to buy something.
You have to buy.
I think it gets added to your basket.
Right, everybody that places an order tomorrow will get a free download. It's very cute. I don't mean cute as in twee. It's not. It's lovely artwork, and it's all based on Valentine's. So you can make the bag, you can put the message on, and then you can decorate it with your free gift tomorrow. How fabulous is that? I think we planned it. We really don't. Right, so a landscape gift box, shop gift, £3.49, Becky. £3.49. It hurts a bit, that, doesn't it? Think all those hours. £3.49. Do not miss out on that. That is brilliant. Right, now then, lanterns. So I made a lantern in one of the shows and everybody wanted the lantern. So our Becky again doesn't just do things normally. She goes above and beyond. So you've got your archway with your leaded panels in, or you've got it without. You've got it with your squares, or you've got it without. So you've got 4 different options for your lantern. And who says lanterns just have to be for Christmas? Why can't that be an Easter lantern full of chocolate eggs and decorated up with our Easter stuff? Can't it? There you go. So shop lantern, a £5. This is brilliant time to stock up on your SVGs. Can I just say that? Because it's ridiculously cheap. And that's not a word I like to use, but it is. Right, now then, let's have a look at these. So we've got 5 different sets here for you. Your fold flat easel. This is great if you like creating little bits of artwork, or you want something. You've got maybe a card that's a little bit front heavy, but you don't want to take any of the product off. Then this will be fabulous for you because it's a perfect easel. You just glue 2 of them together. That flap goes down that side, the other flap goes down here. It glues together there, and then that pushes back on itself along that score line and locks in place. So you fold flat easel. You've then got your waterfall rocker. I like that shape. That's not a shape that's in the ScanNCut machine's memory, but it's a nice shape, that. So you've got that as hundreds of sizes. Then you've also got your paper slider. So you've got the one with the curve, love that. You've also got the straight one and the wibbly wobbly one in your paper sliders. You're getting the files for all of these, and the bottle holder. So if you've ever seen David with his bottle of glue in his little holder, that's this, but you can resize them. So you could have it for your big bottles of paint, your small bottles of paint. You can make it for whatever you want to make it for, because now you've got the SVG file. Shop creation, £19.50, but you're getting all 5 sets. So it works out at £3.90 each before you discount. Nothing, is it? You go out for a coffee, it's nothing, is it? Honestly, it's mad. I can't believe it. Went out for a cup of coffee and a piece of cake. It was like 16 quid for 2 of us. I'm like, what's this about? I know. Mad, isn't it? Right, let's talk about these. Now then, these, I love these. I think this is one of the nicest sets of nesting shapes that Tattered Lace has ever done. So, £4.49 is going to get you your circles, your squares, and your rectangles. Now, obviously you can resize these, so you haven't just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you've got hundreds. You can use the outside edge by itself. So if you want a different aperture, you want to do something on parchment, you want to do it with your piercing tool, you've got that really beautiful, it's almost like the embroidery you used to see on the edge of really lovely handkerchiefs. You know, when they've been hand crocheted with a really fine thread, it's a bit like that, the edge, it's beautiful. But you can, but because of the way that we save our files, you can use the edge just by itself. You can use the detail bit, so the cutting bit, without the outside edge. So that would then just cut round an aperture and give you a fancy edge. And you can also use both together. Obviously, you can, you know, mix and match whichever ones you want. So you might want that fancy edge embossed, and then you might want that detail of that one pierced. You can do that, all right? So super easy. Shop Pearl, £4.49. These are brilliant prices, guys. Now then, nested shell. We're going to work with this one. This is fabulous. So you can make a brilliant label shape, and I'm just going to grab my flower. Believe it or believe it not, that flower is made from that. How cool is that? Right? When is the shell not a shell? When it's a flower. Fabulous, isn't it? And the leaves. Look at that as a leaf. Wouldn't know that was a shell, would you? How cool is that? Good, aren't they? I know. That's what happens when you have a scan and cut, you see. And do all sorts. Right, so nested shell, shop shell, £2. £2 for a full set of nesting label shapes, a full set of shells and flowers and leaves. Shop shell, £2. Don't miss out on that one. And then we've got our lift and lock. So everything apart from Christmas that we did with lift and lock, you've got, all right? So you've got your flowers, your chevrons, your curves, your stars, and I think that's it. And in each one, well, I think hearts. Yeah, they're all mixed up on here. I'm like, which goes with which? You've got your flower, border and corner, and then your flower, circle, and that's what you get with your florals. Is that right? Yep. And then, so you get your squares, your circles, your corner and your border. Then on your curves, you're going to get your circle, you're going to get your oval, you're going to get your rectangle, and you're going to get your corner and border and your square. Right, so that's on those. Then you've got your chevrons, so you've got your diamond with your chevrons, your circle, your corner, your border, your rectangle, your square, and that's it. And then on your star, you're going to get your square, your corner, your border, your circle. And then on your heart, you're going to get your circle, your border, your corner, and is that it? I think so. It's well laid out, that, isn't it? Somebody has no sense of logical order there. Does your head in that, Becky, doesn't it?
I didn't do that.
No, I can tell. I can absolutely tell. I bet that was an Aaron. I bet you any money that was Aaron. Right, what time are we at? Shall we demo?
Yeah.
Let's go demo. I'm sick of the sound of my own voice today. Right, so first of all, we are going to work with this book. So I'm going to show you where we've got to, because this is super cute, and we're just going to finish this off. We're going to give this away. So if you type the word Tuesday into the comments, we'll draw a winner at the end. So I've got my little box frame. I actually quite like that, just like that. And if you got the SVG that's got the stand in it, the easel, I like it just like that, I'm not going to lie. I think it's really cute, but I do like the cover. So once you've got to that stage with this, all we're going to do, so we're going to build this up and then we'll do a bit of decoration, and then I'll send all the bits out and you can decorate it yourself when you get it home. So first of all, we're going to put, is it that one I wanted? No, it was this one I wanted, because it was a bit neater. One I didn't do live on air, it's always a bit neater. Right, so I want to put this in here. So I'm going to glue that in, and I'm going to use my tape dot to tape. Now, something else that are cafted on hers, and I've done it for you on here because everybody has pointed this out when they've seen it. Took some mirror card. Now I chose silver because it's, to be fair, it was the only one we got left. And I wanted to create like book lines. You know, when you see those really expensive books and they've got metallic on them, and then you can see all the different pages that are in there. I wanted to recreate that, so that's what they've done. Amber, the TV's frozen, darling. So you've got those lines. So all I did, I didn't even use a scoreboard. I just literally took my stylus and a ruler, and I didn't measure. I literally just went along like that and just added in score lines here and there, and it gave you that, because I don't want it too deep. I don't want it to subtract it, and I don't want it to stick up like corrugated card. I want it subtle, but I want it to be there. So that's what I've done with that. So what we'll do first of all is stick those on to here. And I am going to use my tape Dr. Tape down the middle of this, because it just means that I don't need to use as much wet glue at the end. So tape Dr. Tape, you'll find that on our website. Let me just make sure I've got enough there. Yes, I have. So I'm going to put it right through the middle, and then I'll put a little bit of wet glue on the edges. Right, so super, super easy to get the backing off. Just go underneath that tape. Oh, these are my old tweezers. Thinking at Melanie. I can't even see that. That's really bad. And I've got my glasses on. Not even doing a Stephanie and going, I haven't got my glasses on. I've got my glasses on. Right, so I'm going to fold that over and fold that over. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of wet glue down the edges. So a little bit of my Pin Flare book binding glue down here. So I'll put a little bit on the ends, like that, and then I'll just run down the sides, like so. And I love that tape Dr. Tape. It's one of the best tapes. Now, while I'm just doing this and sticking this together, because I don't need to talk to you all the way through this, I am going to talk to you about a deal that we've got on, actually, at the moment, and it's for the clubs. Now, when we decided that we were going to do a club, I was adamant that I wanted to do a project for each month, and that's exactly what we've done. So, the club, we launched it, gosh, how long ago now? We're on month 9, aren't we now? And we had a couple of breaks. I bet it's nearly a year ago that, you know. That's really scary. That is really scary. Where's that time gone? We launched a club. So every month, and I know I will do it this week if I get a minute. It's just a bit mad coming back to work after you've been off. You have to catch up on everything, don't you, that you've missed? I know. And then I'm like, no, I need another holiday. So clubs. We've been doing it for nearly 12 months, I would say, now. And they were $29.99 for 3 classes. So you bought them in sets of 3 months. So month 1 to 3, we did 3 different projects. And I taught you a lot, because I believe that the easiest way to learn a machine is to use it. And the most fun way to use it is to actually make stuff with it, all right? Because if you're just cutting out basic shapes, it's like, it's boring, isn't it? So I teach you step-by-step video tutorial that you can watch back. It stays on your account, and you can watch it back time and time and time again, and then you'll learn it. I had Karen, one of our lovely friends who comes in here, and she was like, it took me 6 hours. I'm like, okay, did you learn anything? She was like, yeah. I said, so you went to school for a day? She was like, oh yeah, so I did. Like, there you go. So don't, you know, and I teach the way that I learn. So I teach the next little bit that you need to know to do the next bit that we're doing, because I think that's important. Otherwise, it's really overwhelming, isn't it? It gets really, really overwhelming. So I'm just going to trim that fluffy bit off there because I don't like it. So 3 months worth, $29.99, right? £10 a month before you discount. Great. Oh yeah, not now. They made me cheap. They've cheapened me. I know. How rude. Shop Scan and the word 1 is going to get you class 1, 2 and 3 for $8.99 before you discount. I know, I've gone in the sale. Shocking, isn't it? $8.99. Right, pop that into your basket, because if you're somebody that really wants to get to grips with your ScanNCut and learn it, and it's not for beginners, intermediate, advanced, it's for everybody. Because of the way I teach, you could do it without even learning your ScanNCut first if you wanted to, because I talk you through all the different places that you go to get to where you need to get to. So if that's something that you're interested in, shop, scan, and then the word 1 will get you months 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, if you want to carry on with that and have months 4, 5, and 6, I've also got that for you as well. Shop, scan, and then the word 2 is going to get you months 4, 5, and 6. So grab those now. It's a perfect time of year now. Now it's snowy and cold and wintry outside. It feels like we just crashed into winter all of a sudden, doesn't it? It's a perfect time now to learn something new or to brush up on your techniques. Maybe you've had a ScanNCut forever. Just have a look at it. For $8.99, you'll learn something. I learned something as we went along as I was doing it, and I was a teacher. So there you go. Right, so if you want the clubs at a silly, silly price, £3.33 a class before you discount. Yeah, that ain't going to happen in real life, is it? But it is now for you. So off you pop, shop, scan, and then the word 2, or shop, scan, and then the word 1, depending on which one you wish to purchase. Right, so for the price of less than 1, you're going to get 6 lessons, aren't you? Oh, that's brilliant. Right, there you go. So we've got that on. We've got our book pages in. All we need to do now is put this in here. I'm not going to decorate the inside because I want you to be able to do that. I think that's important that you put your spin on it, whoever wins it. But I am going to use my tape to put it inside here. So definitely for the spine. And then I'll probably use wet glue for the actual back of the book itself. But we'll see how we get on with the tape. I do love this tape, I have to say. Easiest tape I've ever used. And believe you me, I've used a lot of tape. I hate tape where the backing won't come off, she says. It's because I can't see it, that's why. There we are. Right, that is going to stick inside your book like, make sure it's the right way up, Melanie. There you go, like that, nearly. Very, very nearly. Right, I'm going to move that up slightly, and then we're going to press that down. We're going to turn it round, and we're going to press down on there. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave it blank like that, but I want to cover that back up. If you wanted to put more dimension on the top of here or in here, just extend that file that does your spine. Just make it wider. Don't make it taller, just make it wider. And that will give you more depth in there to be able to add dimension into this part. Okay, you've got loads of space there, but if you want it on here, make sure that you're doing that. Right, let's get some wet glue on the back of here now, so we can stick this down. Well, let's get some up here, out the way across there, and then fold that over, turn it over, and then just press it down firmly, and that will give you that nice seal. And the papers that I've used are from Gnome is Where the Heart Is. It's on the show. So we'll get that put on the screen for you as well. It's a lovely download. It's really cute, and you get loads of stuff. And have you ever read B, The Magic Faraway Tree?
I've not read it her, but she's got the audio book.
Right, because there's a live action coming out in March.
Yeah, she saw the trailer of it
at Wicked.
Wicked.
I can't wait.
It only clicked for her what it was when they started mentioning the name of the
Didn't
character.
wishy-washy and moon
and
face.
she literally went,
I did, in the middle of a cinema, packed. Well, everybody's waiting for Wicked. I went, oh, Alice, it's a magic faraway tree. And she kind of went like that, as if to go.
She's talking about it. She's like, when's it out?
I know, I can't wait. It was my favourite book growing up.
I didn't read them when I was younger.
You've got to read it. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, but I need to get the proper book.
Proper book.
Now that she started reading.
I'll lend you mine. I have the original copy. And then, this is what it reminded me of, that magic faraway tree. So that's why I did this. So if you want on trend, in inverted commas, cards this year. Right, so I'll just do a little bit of a quick layout for you so you see what I would do with it. And then we'll move on and do something else. I love her. Have you watched Moana?
Yeah.
She reminds me of the grandma, doesn't she? That little face. She reminds me of the grandma in Moana. So I'm going to have her just sat there, cross-legged like that. I'm going to have Grandad on the other side, so he's like this. Now remember, be aware that you work into that edge. I've got a little tree stump in here, and I'm going to send all this out to you as well. And then she is going to sit on top of there like that, and then I'll build up all the toadstools and the bits and bobs, or you will, because somebody's going to win this, and I'm going to put all of these inside here, and you can decorate it when you get home. Homework, I think Leonie used to call it, didn't she? Homework. And then you can have your little pots and all of that kind of thing. I just think it's a really lovely project, and for £4.99 for the book SVGs, it's well worth it, right? Absolutely. Right, let me show you what I did with the characters in Minecraft Studio then, because I can also add those sheets into the packet for you so that you've got something to start with when you go. Right, so I'll just switch this back on, bear with. Bear with while the technology catches up. Been a day of it today. Right, let's sign in. Right, so that's Canvas Workspace. I don't want that right now. Not like me, is it? Come on, where's my mouse? Oh, what is it with these computers? I don't know. And then we've got Minecraft Studio. Right, so what I did was, pop the USB in first of all, because that's always a good idea. Pop that into the laptop and just let that load. Right, so to do this, because there was no SVG files done for this, and there was no digistamps done, so we have to do it slightly differently this time. It's going back to the old-fashioned way, not the new fun way with the digistamps, but it'll still work, well, obviously, because I've done it. So if I go into my USB drive and I open up Gnome is where the heart is, and we go into, what do I want? I want the accessories. No, I want the gnomes. That's what I want first of all. And we open up all of these gnomes. Now, if I bring her on, she will probably be fine on the ScanNCut, but there is an area there that's very pale. And if it misses that bit there, it will then look for its next available full shape, which will probably be her eyes. So if you're finding that when you're scanning stuff in, you're getting bits in the middle of the design, not the outside edge, it's because your outside edge isn't complete, okay? Now, you can make her any size you want. So if you wanted her that big, you could make her that big. You would print that off, and then you would go into your effects, take your brightness right over to the left and turn her black, and scan that in, ScanNCut data, so that that creates the cutting file for the coloured one that you created, or that one, in the size that you want. It's super cool. But what I did was just fill this page. Now, a little bit of, just to let you know, because I'm going to be very transparent with you here, when I printed it off, it found these wispy bits here. But it found it, and I had to do a little bit of trimming down because it didn't see the point there of that hair, just that little wisp there. So it came round from there, it followed the line of it and then came back in. Same with here. So I ended up with some extra white at the edge. It's done its job, it just can't get in when you're asking it to do cut round the outside edge. It won't go into these little pieces. So you might end up with that on a couple of them, but I literally took me seconds to trim that away. So all you're going to do is bring on your sheet, decide what size you want each one to be, and just make them that size. Fill your whole sheet and put as many on as you can possibly fit on, like that, which means that if you're going to make this book tiny and then you're going to make a massive one, you've got a version of this for all of them, all right? But even though there's no SVGs or digistamps, we can still do that. So when you've got exactly what you want on there, I just group it all together, print that off, and then go into effects and turn it black. And then you ScanNCut data, choose the first option, and then it will did you choose the first option? ScanNCut data? Yeah, first option, outside edge. And then it will create a cutting file, save it to the machine's memory or the USB, recall it, group it, scan the coloured image in, and use the cutting file from the black one and lay it over the top. It's super easy to do. Really, really easy to do. Right, so that's how I did that bit for all the pieces that I've cut out. So it doesn't matter that we don't have cutting files because it works with this, which is great. Right, I'm going to delete this off for now because I want to do some stuff with these shells. So I'm going to minimize that down and open up Canvas Workspace again. and we're going to flip-flop. In fact, I think what I might do first is, let me just think about the best order to do this, and I'm going to put that back to 30%. Let me think what I'm going to do. Shells. What else did I have left on? Oh, shells. Yeah, let's do the shells first. Right, so let's go into SVG, choose file. Now, this is how, let me do that again, sorry, because I watched somebody demonstrate a different machine the other day on TV, and she whizzed around it and didn't tell anyone what she was doing, and I found it really frustrating. So I was like, right, don't do that, Melanie, do it properly. So at the top here, if you've got a Wi-Fi enabled machine, you can just send the file to your machine. But I always like to do it this way for CM customers, because I'm not leaving you behind, all right? So we're going to go into SVG at the top, choose a file, and choosing a file will then open up your computer. So it doesn't just open up the USB, it opens up all your computer, all right? So you can, wherever you've saved it, downloads, documents, pictures, whatever, you'll be able to find it in there. I just happen to do it on my USB. Detail cuts means the shape, matte layers are the mats for that shape. TV's gone off, Amber. If we go to detail cuts, I've got two, cut 1 and cut 2. That's because there's too many sizes to fit on one sheet of reflections. So we did it in 2. So it doesn't matter which one you use. Let's just use 01, all right? And this will open up all your different files. So I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to get rid of all of those and put those in the bin, all right? So what I want to do now is just use this bottom part here, because we're going to start with the label shape. Okay, so we're going to bring on a square and drag that over here, and we're going to make it into a rectangle by pulling it to one side. I'm going to make it slightly deeper, and I'm going to bring it down, and then I'm going to zoom right in so that you can see where I'm working to. So I want this line here to go just above. Can you see there where you've got almost like that little point where the tip of that arrow is there, and you've also got it on the other side there. So what I'm going to do is bring my square up to there. It doesn't have to be level or aligned or anything like that, and then I'm going to nudge it up a little bit further, because the bit that I've got here will then overlap onto another square, but don't go into the curve. All right, so you just want to go up to where it's straight. And if I zoom in a bit further, you can see there it starts to go into the curve there. So make sure it doesn't, otherwise you'll end up with a little notch on your cut, and you don't want that. So I could just bring that down a little bit further. Right, lovely. So this is what I love about working in Canvas. I did have a look at the downloadable version. It's going to take me a while to get my head around it, and then I need to go back and learn to teach it. But I did start over Christmas, because at some point this year I want to be able to bring you that as well and teach you that. Right, so what we're going to do now is punch that rectangle punch through that shell. Right, that's what divide does. It's like a digital punch, all right? And then what it will do is leave me with this shape. It'll also leave me with a shape with this as well. So to do that, we're changing the shape. So we go to Edit, we go down to the bottom, and this button here is called Divide. That's your digital punch. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to move that out of the way, so I've got a different shape from that, but this is the piece that I want. And then I've also got that. Now you could put that on the front of a card where you've got all your dolphins and your mermaids and your seahorses and all that kind of thing, and you've got a different shape. It's really clever, Canvas, and it's free. That's the bit that blows my mind. It's free. Right, so I've now got this shape, all right? So first of all, it would be a nice tab. If you wanted to use it as a tab on, say, the side of a book page, that'd be quite cute. So let's just make this a bit bigger, and then you can see it a bit clearer on the screen. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make this into a rectangular label shape, all right? So I'm going to bring on a square like that. I'm going to make that the same width as this, so that is 107.3. So we'll make the square the same size. So we'll just do that at 107.3, and we'll shut that down. And then we're going to bring this in here, and I'm going to nudge that up slightly. So let me zoom in first of all so you can see where I've nudged it. So if I move this out the way now, that point there where the arrow is there, that's going to go into the corner of the square. like that, and it's just going to drop into place. I'm not worried about aligning it perfectly yet because we're going to do that properly in a minute. So zoom out again. I'm going to grab both of those. I'm going to go to edit and I'm going to align it centrally vertically, okay? And then I'm going to group it together and group, okay? Oh, no, I don't want to group it, I want to weld it. But before I weld it, I need to duplicate that. You see, there's always a reason, isn't there? I'm going to send that to the back, then I can get to the little bit down here. Oh, Melanie, because I need to ungroup it, don't I? That's why. That'll help, love. Right, let's duplicate that. Talk to myself all the time. He said to me the other day, who were you shouting at? I said, what are you talking about? He said, you've been shouting at somebody for ages. I said, no, I'm just talking at myself. He's like, wow. Actually, I don't need to duplicate it. I'm just going to weld this because I'm going to do it slightly differently. So we're going to weld it. All right, so now we've got the beginning. Now, if I duplicate this and do two, and then flip one of them like that, I can then lay that over any size I want. So I can then have a rectangle that fills the complete mat because I've got the square that we welded to it to be able to overlap at any point. So you can have it right down to there if you want to and have it like that, or you can extend it out and have it like that, and that could be an album cover. There's so much versatility, and this was a shell. I know, right? So if we do this and we grab both of these, I'm just going to zoom in again because I need to see that really close in. There we go. I'm going to move that to there, so I've got that corner right there. Right, so now then let's grab both of them. Actually, I need to zoom out, bear with. Grab both of them, go to edit and align it centrally vertically, and then weld that together. I've then got my label shape. So now I can create inward and outward offset lines from that. If I duplicate that one and rotate that 90 degrees, let's see what we get then. And align those two. Now this time we can do it centrally vertically and centrally horizontally. You've then got another label shape. Like that. From a shell. For £2. If there's anybody at home right now watching this and you haven't bought it, I'll find out. I won't, I promise I won't. But for £2, why would you not? And then if you wanted to, you could put your aperture in the middle. So we're going to align that centrally vertically, centrally horizontally, and then we're going to group that together. Or you can, actually, we could do, if we duplicated that first, so we had two of those, and then divided that so that aperture gets punched through that shape, and then you cut both of those and glued those together, you've then got a shaped card from a shell, right? From a shell. I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? Right, let me show you the flower, because I love doing the flower. It's really cool. And all it, look at there, I just want to show you the edge of the petals there. Can you see that little, if I put it on this cream card there, and you see it's got that slight texture to it? That's the scallops from the shell. It's cool, isn't it? Now we've done flowers like this quite a few times, but I will show you because I worked out a certain width that it needed to be. So it's worth me showing you just for that bit of hint and tip. Right, so we're going to take, actually I cancelled that because I can use that shell. Let's go back, let's get rid of that one, put that in the bin. Can you see that screen clearly? Do I need to move it a little bit further around, don't I? I'm trying to get Becky comfortable because it's not easy doing that, is it? And then we're going to press OK. Right, so I'm going to resize this first of all. I'm going to make it so that it is 12 millimeters wide because I found that was the best width, and then we'll make it a little bit taller. We'll take it up to 32. So I've got my little petal. All right. Then what I'm going to do is ask it to do two of them. So we're going to duplicate one and we're going to rotate it 180 degrees like that. And I always like to flip it just in case it's not perfectly symmetrical. No, I can't get to the screen now. Bear with. I'm going to stand up because I can't do it like that. Right, so I'm going to bring this one down here, and I'm going to bring that one. I can't get hold of it now, can I? Because I'm working on a funny angle. There we are. I'm going to bring that one over there like that. And I'm going to leave quite a nice distance between it, but not too much. Then I'm going to press OK. I'm going to multiple select everything that's on the mat, press OK, go to my directional arrow buttons, my alignment function, and align them centrally vertically like that, so they're directly underneath each other. We're going to press OK, and we're going to group that together, so we've now got our 2 petals. Now if you do it at 12mm wide, you can get 6 in a circle. All right, and half a circle is 180 degrees. So I need 6 of those, and I need to rotate each one by 30 degrees. All right, so I'm going to ask it to do 6. So it'll include the one that we've already got. So just put it as 6 and then press OK, and it puts them all in a row. Now, what we're going to do now is multiple select everything on the mat, press OK. Go back to our directional arrow buttons and our alignment function and align them centrally vertically, centrally horizontally. Press OK and tap the screen to release the shapes. That's important. Right, now then, we're going to rotate now. So now we've got our 6 sets. We're going to go to Object Edit and Rotate, and we're going to go 10, 20, 30 degrees. And what you want with this is when you zoom in, you want a gap. I'm hoping I've got a gap. Have I got a gap? If I haven't got a gap, I'll just make the shapes a bit further apart. Where's it gone? There it is. No, I haven't got a gap. Right, okay. Let me come back then. Did I do that 30 degrees? I think I did. Let me just check. Undo. Yeah, I did. Right, okay. So what we'll do is we will, let me think about this. How am I going to do this? Right, let's get rid of the ones that we've already done. Let's start again. So we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to put all of those in the bin. So to do that, multiple select part of the mat, drag over the one that we want to keep, and we're going to put all the others in the bin. So if this ever happens and you can't get it to where you want it to be, either make it narrower, each petal, or ungroup it and move them further apart a little bit. All right, so we're going to move that down. I'll have to do it with my arrows because I can't see it properly from there. So we'll move that down a little bit further, all right, like that. Right, let's see if that makes a difference. So multiple select everything on the mat, press OK, go back and group it. So the first thing we're going to do, we'll just duplicate it once now and see if that will rotate. So we're going to put that on top of the other one. So select everything and align again. And then we'll see, no, I don't want it to the top, enter vertically, there we are. Tap the screen. Right, let's see if rotate works now. So rotate 10, 20, 30, perfect. Right, let's zoom in and see what we've got. So do this bit first because there's loads of designs that you can do this with. It doesn't have to be the shell. It's just a technique that we do. So 10, 20, 30, I'll put that back. Right, so I've got one that isn't selected and one that is selected. So now if I duplicate this, I want 5, including the one that's selected, and then it will give me the one that's underneath, so I'll have 6. So we've got all of those. We're going to multiple select everything on the mat, and then align it centrally, vertically, and horizontally. Right, now then, tap the screen to release the shapes. That's really important. If you don't, the whole thing will move. Then we're going to do Object Edit and Rotate, and we're going to go 10, 20, 30. Press OK twice and use your select arrows to get to your next vertical set of petals. Don't try and cheat and do it quicker because honestly you'll get lost. I've done it so many times and I've got halfway around and then picked up the wrong one, and then it's like, oh no, I've got to start again. So just do it logically, take those few extra seconds, and it is seconds, to do that, and knowing that you're going to get it right first time. So rotate 90 degrees, and then we need to do that again. Use that select arrow, Object Edit, rotate 90, 100, 110, 120. And then your final one is going to be your next one, object edit, rotate, and we'll go 30 degrees anti-clockwise, okay? And that gives you all your petals. Now, if you grouped all that together now, so let's do that, let's group it all together. It gives you a flower, but that will cut into your cardstock. So if you put a circle in the middle there that's smaller, let me zoom in and then you can see it better. If you put a circle in the middle there now that didn't touch each of these petals, you could cut that in. That would then become a stencil. All right, so you've made a flower stencil. As soon as you overlap a circle over those petals and weld it, it becomes a flower that will come out of your card. So you can create your own flower stencils like this. It's brilliant. Once you've done one, you just resize it from that. So to make this cut out though, I'm going to go into the patterns and choose a circle, which is on page 3, bottom right hand corner. Yeah, I know, it's sad, isn't it? And then I'm going to make that smaller. Can't believe it will be 10 years this month since we launched this machine. Can't believe it. Mad. Right, so now we're going to multiple select everything on the mat, press OK, go to your alignment function and align at the top, centrally vertically, centrally horizontally. Right, now when we zoom in now, we're looking to make sure that that circle overlaps the base of all of those petals, which it does perfectly. So now we can weld it. So we multiple select everything, it's already done. We press Object Edit, and then we weld it together, and weld is there. And there's your flower, just like that. There you go. And then I cut several different sizes, lots of them, several different sizes. Job done. It's good, that, isn't it? Right, shall we go and have another quick look at what else is on this counter, I think. Right, so we've done up to here. Do I need to recap anything? Have I got any questions, Amber? When you said 2 minutes, I didn't think we had 2 minutes left. I thought we had 20 odd minutes left.
That's fine, not too.
It does.
No.
But we finish at 53. And the clock says 51. That in my maths is 2 minutes, love.
That clock is wrong.
Oh, the clock's wrong. Brilliant.
I think it's quick.
Don't forget to write Tuesday, because someone's going to win that. I'll put the flower in as well. Right. I don't know where to go. Shall we do the book?
Yeah.
Let's do the book again. So, if you want to make the book, this is fabulous. Designed by one of our design team, and then our lovely Becky creates it into SVG files, etc., makes it into templates for you. We sold a lot of these templates as physical templates, not just as SVGs. And I love the idea that you can then build your pictures inside. How lovely is that? You see, we're launching BookNooks. I want to do the books that go around the BookNook. That's the bit that I want to do as well, with faux leather and embossing, put, you know, the little stamps with a hammer on that you can put your embossing in and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, obsessed. Completely obsessed, in case you haven't noticed. Right, let's have a quick look at these, because these are another lovely set as well. Your card shapes, batch 8. Now this is your chocolate box. I love this box. I think it's really cool. I love a flip top like that. It's good, isn't it? Look at that mechanism. That's accuracy. But you could have it that tiny, that small, or that big. It's entirely up to you. So you get that one. You also get your pencil box, which is quite cute. I just think it's nice. I think a piece of jewellery would be nice in there, a bracelet or a necklace, something like that. We then also get your gift bag. Don't forget, we've also got this as a portrait as well in a different set for you. So you've got that one. And then you're also going to get your little handbag card. I think this is lovely. Look, with the little magnets on there, double-sided paper, little gift in there. Gorgeous, isn't it? Even for Easter. You know, we don't want chicks and bunnies. Something like that's really pretty with a few eggs in there. Right, my lovelies, I'm going to send this out to somebody. We will put the flower in there. Oh, I just want to show you the leaves as well before we go, because that's important. Otherwise, you won't know what you're doing with the leaves, will you? So, for the leaves, I just took one of the shells as it was, like that. Gina's one. Well done, Gina. I scored it down the middle with my stylus. Yeah, I use my stylus for everything. And then I put a little bit of glue on the base like that. Come on, glue, don't die now, I ain't got time. Why is it always that? It's my fault. I'm not putting the lid back on properly. So a tiny bit of glue and then just pinch it like that. And then once that's complete, I use my reverse tweezers. Then once it's completely dried, you can bend it back like that, and that gives you your leaf shape. And then your little leaves like that will go behind your flower like that. And that's all made from the shell, which is costing you £2. So why would you not, right? Brilliant. Right, I'll put all that lot in there. We'll get that sent out to Gina. Gina, keep an eye out for a message from us, my lovely. And we will get that added to your account. Thank you. It's been a lovely Tuesday again. It's been nice to be back with you. I know you had Stephanie last week, which apparently was all about sexy men. Not nice you got one of them on a ScanNCut, but I needed to show me, especially if you can resize them. See you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Bye.